Come on in, everybody. I may not be able to see your comments again, but let me know where everybody's watching from. All right, I think I'm able to see comments. Okay, we're gonna give it a few minutes and let everybody join in. Hope everybody brought a snack. Maybe some Kool-Aid. I don't know why you'd want Kool-Aid, but it came to mind. Did everybody see what petals we're going to be making today? Hey, Kim. How's your baking going? Ooh, I don't know what that is. Oh, wow. Kim, thank you for the stars. I really appreciate that. We're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes. I'm giving it a chance to let a few other people join. But I can show you guys some of the petals that we're making today. So we are going to do the daisy chain. We did the reverse 3D daisy petal last week. And I'll do this again later in the live here when I make this petal. But I had a comment last time from somebody asking what the regular daisy petal was. And basically, this is the reverse 3D that we made last week. Got a little crooked in my misfit bin, but basically, instead of putting the bead here, you would only put a zip tie and walk it all the way up. And then this side, this would be your regular daisy petal. So it's just basically the back side. A little crooked. I'm probably always a little crooked, Kim. Yeah. Maybe that's a little better. Okay, we have the Bubba petal. I love that name. We're gonna make that. I used a fabric mesh on this. We have the Harvey petal. This petal is a petal that you can use as a filler. You can use this petal to make your center. Plus, it just makes a beautiful wreath when you use nothing but this petal too. So we're gonna make that one. And my favorite is the tuck-in petal. I'm very excited to show you guys this one. This one's really fun to make. And I also had a request to make leaves. So I have my wood burner turned on. I figured we would do some green for the leaves. That kind of makes sense. And I thought maybe I would start with the leaves. Now, I do not have a very nice edge here, so I am going to take about an inch or so off of here and get myself a straight edge. Mostly. All right. You're still going to cut your mesh in a 10 by 10 square. Sorry about that. All right. Now, the most common way to make leaves is to take your 10 by 10. You can stay with the seared edge top left or finished edge, top left, bottom right. But you're going to do it curl side down instead of curl side up. And you're just going to start at one corner and walk your way to the next corner. And then you would just flip that over onto the other one, like the sunflower petal. That's one way. Another way is to fold your corners into the center and then scrunch it. And then you would turn that over and you would put it in, you'd put it in this way. However you wanted, you could leave it open, you can fold it up, but that's pretty much how you make the leaves. It's a pretty easy one to make. All right, let's see. What do I want to make next? Let's see. Why don't we do the Harvey petal? And I think I'm going to do that in some pretty pink metallic deco mesh. Okay, let me get myself a clean edge here real quick. Okay. And let's go ahead. I don't have this in my mesh roller correctly, so it's not staying down like I would like for it to. Okay, so the Harvey petal. You're going to do this curl side up, and you're going to have your finished edges on your left and your right, and all you're going to do is you're just going to fold it in half, lining up your edges here as best you can. It does not have to be perfect for this one. Okay. And then all you're going to do is just scrunch it. That's it. It's that simple. And it makes this almost like, it looks like a carnation when you use all these petals on the wreath. It makes a very pretty wreath. And we'll just take a zip tie. I brought my 6 inches this time because I was having some issues with the 4 inches last week. Okay. And that, my friends, is the Harvey petal. Very, very nice petal. Let's do that one more time. Use this pretty white this time. Okay, just gonna cut my 10 by 10 square. And you can tell I'm not being perfect on this one because it doesn't matter. You can also double up your mesh if you are using a less expensive value deco mesh, or maybe something that you got at the Dollar Tree. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you see this happens with the deco mesh. Okay, now you can also just scrunch from one side to the next. You don't need to start it in the middle or anything of that nature, but now this one actually got more bubble shape in it. I think it's a little bit thinner of a mesh. So you may, although you can see the difference between using a regular deco mesh and using the wide stripe, which is what this one is. It's a thicker, heavier mesh than this, so you're going to get more form on this one than you will this one. But it's a really simple petal to make, and it's really fun. All right, let's see. I think we're gonna do the Bubba petal. I just love that name. Does anybody know where that name came from? Has anybody heard of the Bubba? No, I can't even say it right. The Bubba petal. Does anybody know who named that or where it came from? Unfortunately, I do not. I just think it's a very, very pretty petal. Okay. Now, this mesh is 10.5, so I'm going to cut it at the 10.5 mark instead of the 10. Okay. You're going to have your finished edge, top left, bottom right. Curl side up. We're going to bring the top corner down to the bottom corner and make a triangle. And we're going to fold the bottom corner up to about a 1/2 inch from the folded edge up here. You don't want to go completely over or even right up to it. And then I'm right-handed, so I'm just going to take my right hand and fold this over. Now, if you fold it completely over, that's not what you're going to get. So you do need to fold it in more of a, I don't even know how to word it, a slanted version. And then your, now see, look, I didn't cut that right because my finished edge isn't covering. But your tips here are going to line up. And then all you do is just scrunch it here at the bottom. And that makes your Bubba petal. I think I've also heard this called like the mermaid tail, because I mean that is kind of what it looks like a little bit. You'll have to forgive me. My pain level is kind of high today, so I'm a little shaky. Okay. So I'm going to make this one more time, try to get a better cut on it. Anybody just joining? Let me know where you guys are watching from. I know Kim is where I wish I was. Man, I wish I was in Florida on the beach right now. How far are you from the beach? Oh, the girl at Unique in the Creek. Yeah, that's entirely possible. All right. Curl side up. Finished edge, top left and bottom right. We're going to bring the top corner down to the bottom. I think I have a slightly better cut this time. Okay, and we're going to fold the bottom almost to the top of the folded edge, but not quite. And then you're going to fold it at an angle, but in the center so that your tips line up. It's like kind of one of those things where you almost have to do it to understand. Okay, my tips are all nice and lined up, so I can just go ahead and scrunch the bottom together. Grab a zip tie. Clip that off. Now sure what happened there, but there is your Bubba petal. Yeah, something got funky with my mesh there. Sorry. All right. Anybody have any questions on the Bubba petal? I'm actually seeing comments this time. Charleston, West Virginia. Oh, you're not that far away from me. I'm up near Pittsburgh. Thanks for joining, Cheryl. All right. Daisy chain or tuck in? I think we're going to do the tuck in. I'm excited to show you guys this one. I love this petal. It is one of the prettiest petals that I have seen or made in a long time. Sorry, I kind of had this folded already. So what you want to do is you want to start out with a 10 or a 10.5 by 20 or 20.5 or 21, whichever that would be. Luckily for me, I'm 10 by 20. You're going to have your finished edge at the top and the bottom. And you're going to fold that down. And you are going to need some clips for this one, guys. Definitely going to need about 4 clips at least for this. Okay, so I'm just going to take a clip. And I'm going to clip my ends here so it stays together. Okay. And then you want to find your center. You can use your mat and say, okay, I'm on the 2 here and the 22 here, so 12 is my center. And that's fine. You can also fold it in half and make a little crease there for yourself. And now you also have your center that way too. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to take, again, I'm right-handed. I'm going to hold this down and I'm going to fold this straight down that center. And I'm going to put a clip there. And then I'm going to take the left side and bring it over and fold it down the center. Now you shouldn't have any overlap. Right in here. And then I'm going to put a clip on this one too. Okay, so I can actually let go and it's not going anywhere. Now what we're going to do, we have a pretty little house. What we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to completely flip it over. And we still have a house. All right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this end, and you're going to take it up to here, except it's not going to go the whole way. I know you probably can't see that, but you want to make sure that it lines up here. Don't worry about it not reaching all the way to the edge here. Okay? And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, and put another clip. Okay, and then we're going to go back to this side. And now we're going to take this corner up to this corner and make another triangle. You with me so far? Okay, and then we're going to take this tip and take it up here to this tip. Make another triangle. Lots of geometry in this one. I don't know about you guys, but I sucked at geometry. Then what we're going to do is come back over to the right side and we're going to flip this up. Clip it. We're going to come back over to here. We're going to flip this up. We're going to clip it. Okay. Like, looks like a sailor's hat or something to me right now. And then all you're going to do now is just fold it in half. Grab a zip tie. Okay. And there is your tuck-in petal. Forgive me, I have a dog. Binkley, stop it. Go lay down. The barking dog. Now, I don't know if you noticed how the tip, I put a clip on that. I kind of folded it, smushed it together, and I put a clip on it so that it would get that pointy style there, which I really like that. Or you don't need to do a clip. You can just leave it just like it is. Okay? We're going to do that again. I'm going to make another one. Because I know there's a lot involved in making this clip, that's for sure. Or making this petal. Sorry. All right. I'm going to use my mesh holder the right way so it can hold that down. Get my mess out of the way there. All right, let's get this lined up at the 0. And forgive me, I think I am going to be off camera here maybe. But I just need to cut this real quick. And I try to stay in between the thick vertical strips of mesh. Okay, so I cut that at 20. We're going to fold that in half long ways, matching up your edges at the bottom here. Okay, just kind of flatten that down. Okay, find your center. We're going to take the right corner and we're going to fold that straight down the center. And we're going to put a clip up there. And we're going to take the left corner and we're going to fold it down the center. And we're going to put a clip on there. Now I can let go. It's not going anywhere. Oh, Cheryl, hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's okay. The first 20 minutes were pretty scary, so you didn't miss much. But you can go back and watch it. I do have it posted both in Facebook and on YouTube. And this one here, this is going to be up on YouTube after we're done too. All right, now we're going to just take this and flip it. Flip the house. Okay, and we're going to take the clip off and we're going to take this corner here, the outside bottom corner, and take it up here. But again, it's here that it's going to line up. It's not over here that it's going to line up. So don't panic if it's not matching up. It's totally fine. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Just making a whole bunch of triangles. Okay, so now we have a square. And we're going to go back over to the right side. And now we're going to take this tip over to this tip and make another triangle. Clip it. And then we're going to take this corner up to this corner and make another triangle. Sorry, the rubber on these things is getting caught on my glass. Okay, then we're going to go back to the right and we're going to take this and flip it up. Clip it. Same thing on this side. Flip it up. Oh my Lord, I can't pick it up. There you go. And clip it. And then the only thing left to do is fold it in half. And take off your clips. And there is your tuck-in petal. Isn't it pretty? I even made a mini version. How did I do that? I think it was just with a 10 by 10. I don't think there's anything special about it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put our zip tie on here. Just under right here. Just right there at the base of the flower part. I was trying to slide off. There we go. And there is your beautiful tuck-in petal. Now, I haven't put these on a wreath yet, but I do think in next week's live, we're going to be doing a whole wreath start to finish with multiple petals, which I'm really excited for because I love putting multiple different petals in my wreaths. I think we're going to include that petal in there. I think it would be a really nice flower that petal would make. Okay, now we're going to do the daisy chain. And I am just going to cut this at 10 because it doesn't matter. Oh, I lied. I'm going to cut it at 10.5 just in case. I'm having one of those brain farts. Okay, so you're going to need 2 pieces of mesh to make this one. So we're going to do a purple wide stripe. Lost my screen there. And we're going to do the white. All right. So we're going to do the white one first. So you're going to have finished edge, top right, left, or top left, bottom right. Okay, you're going to fold the top corner down to the bottom corner. Okay, and then it's sort of like the Bubba in starting out. We're going to take the bottom corner almost to the folded edge there, but not quite. Then we're going to fold it again, and this time we are going to take it up to the edge. And just kind of fold it over your fingers. And what we want to do is we want to measure 5 inches. That's how long we want our petal part to be. And that's where I'm going to put the zip tie. Well, now I really should have brought my 4 inches. This is kind of overkill. A lot of zip tie waste there. You can use rubber bands too. It won't hurt. But give me one quick second, guys. I'm sorry, I do need to grab my scissors. Okay. I'm here, I'm still here. Okay, and we're just gonna set that aside for a minute. And we're gonna take our horizontal wide stripe, same thing, finished edge, top left, bottom right. And we're gonna bring the top down to the bottom. Okay, kind of flatten that out. And then we're gonna take the bottom almost to the top, about a half an inch away. And then we're gonna fold in half again. This time matching, lining up those edges. And then, actually, I take that back, I'm not gonna do that. What we're gonna do is take our first daisy petal and we're just gonna fold these up over it. And then just kind of play with it to form it. I don't know why that's wanting to twist on me down there. There we go, that's better. And there is your daisy chain petal. Usually use 2 colors for these. And some people will use ribbon. They'll wrap ribbon around this too, which is very, very pretty. I've seen them done all sorts of ways. These are not the best scissors, that's for sure. They're just the kitchen scissors. They're not my craft scissors at all. Everybody get a good look at that? Sorry, I kind of tossed it away pretty quickly. Okay. All right, let's do that one more time. And then, let's see, what time is it? I think I might throw in a surprise petal that I didn't warn you about at all until right now. I am totally going to burn the cord of my wood burner. I actually have another one coming just so that in case I do, I have a backup. Okay. Just gonna do a pink one this time. Okay. It's top corner to bottom corner. Flatten out your triangle. Take the bottom almost all the way to the top. You're about a quarter to a half an inch away. And then fold it in half again. This time matching the ends together. And then just grab it, fix it if the edges aren't matching up, measure down 5 inches, and I wish I had brought some rubber bands so I'm not wasting all these long zip ties on this teeny tiny mesh, but that's all right. Yeah, that happens. I'm still at the 5, okay. Wow. I said there'd be laughs. I hope you guys are laughing at me. I really do. Okay, let's set that aside for a minute. And we're gonna take our purple. And there is your daisy chain petal. Makes a very, very pretty petal. I know you guys have seen many wreaths, I'm sure, made with this. Okay, so I think that about covers. Oh no, I did want to show you guys the Star Trek petal. All right, I'm going to use some poly burlap because I have a whole bunch of pink and orange left over. Okay, top left, bottom right for your finished edges. We're in a diamond shape, curl side up. You're going to fold the top corner to the bottom. You notice a lot of petals start this way. Okay, we're going to fold in half again, lining up your edges. And you have the Star Trek emblem. We're going to turn it with, I'm right-handed, so I have the point here to the left. I'm going to put my hand on it at the top, and we're just going to swoop in the sides to meet each other and make a shoe. And then all you're going to do is push down right here in the center, and then you're going to pinch this and bring in your sides. And that is your Star Trek petal, technically, or that is your Star Trek petal. Whichever way you want it to go, if you put it in this way, it's going to kind of curve up. And if you put it in this way, it's going to curve down. But you can honestly do either way, whichever one you prefer. And this is really one of my favorite petals to make. They make a great filler. Like if you've seen some of my wreaths, I've done lolly petals in the center, and then I'll fill in between them with a Star Trek. Okay, we'll make that one more time, and then I'm going to show you guys a surprise petal. Okay, top left, bottom right, curl side up, top to bottom, right over left. Match up your edges here. Put your hand down on the point to hold it still. Swoop in your edges, your other points there. Sorry, having a hot flash, I think. You're going to push this down, and then you're going to pinch here, and you're going to pull up your sides. And there is your Star Trek petal. Again, whichever way you want to use it. It's also a very easy petal to make. Okay, now sorry, I gotta move my glass. For the surprise petal, I'm going to use a piece of pink and orange. We are going to make the cone petal, but we're going to double it. So all we need to do to these, and again, when you're cutting, if you're ever cutting your petals in your 10 by 10 squares in half to make two triangles, whether it be for the Dean Michael or the cone petal or whatever you're making, you still want to keep your finished edge in the top left, bottom right position. Or if this is how you prefer it, that's fine too. Just make sure you do it the same way every single time, and all of your petals are going to come out the same. Okay. So I'm just going to take my plastic roller here and my rotary cutter and cut these in half. Okay. And we're going to take the pink and lay it down. And then we're going to take our orange and we're going to lay it about I'd say that's probably about a 1/2 inch on all sides. And then turn it with your point to the left. And then you can do this one piece at a time, or you can take both pieces in to the center. Bring both pieces in to just slightly overlap that. And then you're gonna fold this in to the center, and you're gonna fold this side into the center. And then you see how you have a fringe line right here. So here's all the orange fray, and here's where the pink ends. You want to gather it just above that pink so that the fray isn't in the petal, it's down below. And there is your two-tone cone petal. Isn't it pretty? Oh, and I love these colors together too. It's so pretty. Okay, we're gonna do one more. We're gonna do it the other way. Put orange on the outside and pink on the inside. But you'll notice my cut edges are together and my finished edges are together. And I'd say we're about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch on all sides. Okay, so we're gonna turn it with the point to the left, and I'll show you how you can just do single if you want, if you feel more comfortable with that. Okay, and then you're just gonna fold that into the center and fold that into the center. And then you're gonna grab it right above the fray line, pinch it, and put on a zip tie. Or a band. You can always do a band too if you prefer. And there is your cone petal. Again, I just think they're so pretty. And you can do it by itself too. You don't have to do two separate colors. Polly, did you miss the leaf petal? That was the first time, or the first one I did. Yes, I can do that again for you. Oh, first time here, Cindy. Thank you for joining. I hope you're enjoying this live, learning new petals. Where's my green mesh? Here we go. All right, Polly. I got the same kind of green mesh that you have so that it would be easy for you to be able to do this yourself. So all you're going to do is you have it curl side up. Again, you'll notice finished edge and finished edge. You're going to take both corners in to meet each other, and then you're just going to scrunch and turn that over. And normally, hold on one second. Normally, when you put these on your frame, I usually do them last after I have my petals because actually, I don't know why. That's how I learned it and that's what I do. But what you're going to do is you're just going to make sure that you have your finished side out, and then you're just going to kind of put it in there with a zip tie. Should have did that first. And then there's your leaves, and they'll stick out from your petals. So there's that way. And then I think you maybe also wanted me to show you the Dean Michael variant way. I'll go over that real quick for you here, Polly. So remember, 16-inch piece of mesh. You're going to take it and you'll have about 3 inches here and 3 inches here. And then you're just going to fold this over, line up your sides, hold that down, and just scrunch across. Whoops. Or scrunch in the middle, walk it over. I've made leaves this way too. You can make leaves using the Dean Michael, like the regular Dean Michael way. But however you want to do it, you can also, wow, I didn't think that'd be in there so tight, but it really is. Polly, you can also do curl side down and go from one corner all the way to the other corner. And you can do that and make your leaves that way too. Either leaving them like that or bringing it around so that your finished edge covers your unfinished edge. Kind of like the sunflower petal, basically. So however you think it would be easiest for you to make your leaf, then that's how you would do it. Anybody else? Any questions? Any petal that you would want to see again, whether it be from last week or this week? I may not be ready, but I can cut some mesh and be ready in a few seconds. Yes, those are Dollar Tree clips, the pink. Good call there, Kim. I even have clothespins too from the Dollar Tree. I brought them just in case I needed more. Oh, I don't make it look that easy. It is easy once you get the hang of it. Just takes a few folds and you'll be a pro in no time. I was so happy to see so many first timers. That's wonderful. Again, Kim, thank you for the stars. That was so sweet of you. Kim, which petal did you want me to do again? I saw you say do one again. And Cheryl, was there anything that you wanted to see? Polly, I'm ordering sewing clips. You can get like a container of 100 or something like that for $6 on Amazon. They're sewing clips and they don't have the rubber, which I think kind of gets in the way, to be honest, sometimes. They're just little tiny metal clips. You'll see Lori from Unique in the Creek and also Michelle from Monkey's Creations. I see her using them too. The Bubba. All right, you know what? I'm gonna use some poly burlap on this and make another Bubba petal. Okay, so we have curl side up, finished edge, top left, bottom right. Top corner down to the bottom corner. Okay, and we're going to take the bottom almost to the top. And then you're going to fold at an angle. Everybody see that? And just make sure that you line up your tips. So you're not folding completely in half, because if you fold completely in half, they're too far, they're right on top of each other. So you're just kind of folding it at an angle, but making sure that the tips line up, which they should do. You might have to, fold a couple times, and then we're just gonna scrunch in the bottom. And I'll even fight with the zip tie again here. Zip ties are not my friend today. Last time I was losing them and they were flying all over the place. This time they just keep wanting to slip off my petals for some reason. And there's your Bubba petal. This could have been more pointy. And that is kind of the key. Actually, let me show this to you again because I did forget a step. It's nothing that's going to make or break the petal or anything like that. You still know how to do that. But I will say it is more important to line up these corners or edges, corners, okay, than it is about down here. So let's go ahead and do that. Now see, it's off here, and that's okay. That's fine. We don't care about that. Okay, so bottom nearly to the top. And then when you flip that over, see, look, I'm a little short, so I'm just gonna bring that in a little further. Now they're lined up better. There we go. That's a much better Bubba petal. But I'm not gonna zip tie that. The rose petal. Do you mean the start of the rose or just how you make the actual rose petal? Where's my... A second. Get that off of there before it rips out completely. Okay, so for the rose petal, you're going to get yourself your 10 by 10. Whoops. My bad. Hold on. Can't believe I just did that. Actually, that's not the first time I did that. Okay. So you're going to take your 10 by 10, curl side up. Again, finished edges, top left, bottom right. I'm always going to have it that way. And basically the rose is how the lolly starts out. Okay? So you don't want to flatten it here. Once you bring your top corner down to meet your bottom corner. Well, this is not a very nice cut piece, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, you don't flatten that down. But if you remember how we did the lolly, that right there is your rose petal. I also used it on I did a pink one with a little pig sign in the center. And then I did one with a brown plaid that has welcome to the shit show on the sign in the center. But I must confess, Polly, I have not made the rose yet. So that's about all I got for you. But once I make the rose, because that is on my list of wreaths to make here very shortly, is I do want to make a rose. I'm just not sure if I'm going to use the bicycle wheel frame or like a 12-inch wire frame. Or maybe I'll use a Unique in the Creek board. I'm not sure, but so that makes your rose petal, except for the very start of it. But I will definitely show you that at a different time. Anything else? Everybody got the Star Trek down and the tuck-in? Okay. All right. If nobody has any other requests, I guess we'll go ahead and call that a wrap. Cut. It's a wrap. However that goes. And no, Polly, it's never too much. Whatever you need, I can help you out with. No worries. Everybody good on the cone petal? The Harvey? Everybody good? I'm going to make a wreath with the Harvey petal. It's a very versatile petal, but it does not get used very much. Oh, you're so very welcome. I'm so glad that everybody was able to join me. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. And please do not forget to tune in next week. Next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are actually going to do a wreath from start to finish. But I'm going to put up a poll to see which 3 petals we should use. And then I'm going to make that work. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll see you next time.